is going on, everybody? It is Frank the Tank, and welcome to another Bowling by Jason Belmonte ball review, and the newest addition to the game. It's interesting. For me personally, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Like, at least in real life, I have tried the ball in real life, and it wasn't something worthy of staying in my bag, but at the same time, I didn't hate the ball completely. And in the game, obviously, I can't really form an opinion yet because I haven't tried it, but here it is nonetheless. We are looking at the Idle Cosmos. This was an interesting one. This is one that I definitely didn't expect, wasn't on my radar, but here it is nonetheless, and I'm actually a little stunned that they decided to go with this one first because, you know, the Idle Helios. Remember how that one at some point, like during its release, became the God Ball, as they called it. Like, so many crazy things happened during that I don't know, within that first 6 months of that ball being released. Like, for example, so many 300 games that were posted on, like, Storm's Instagram page or Rotogrip's Instagram page, I don't know. Like, two 900 series, two league sanctioned 900 series were bowled with that ball. I mean, that ball was the God ball at the time, and it sucks that it didn't last because, you know, the Idol series is so good, but none of these bowling balls are ever able to stay on the market for very long. And it's funny because the OG Idol, remember the pink Idol? Actually, I think we have it here, don't we? Yes, we do. That one was the one that lasted the longest out of all of them. And it surprises me that none of the other ones were ever able to last any, were ever able to beat that. This one was on the market for like 2 years. The Idol Pearl, the Idol Pro, none of them. Until, you know, the Idol Helios and Idol Cosmos came about, of course. But yeah, the OG Idol, I think, is the one that beats them all. You know, can't beat the classic. And it's cool because I'm sure you guys know, you all saw it, the Optimum Idol, I think is what it's called. It's basically the return of the OG pink Idol, and it's going to get a serious upgrade. They've got that AI core technology along with that icon core, and then they're putting the microtrack solid cover on it, so that's going to be the craziest thing ever. I imagine that ball is going to be super responsive. So anyway, enough talk. Let's go ahead and let's throw this Idol Cosmos and see what we're working with. And as you can see, the power on this thing is 7 out of 10. The hook is 6.5 out of 10. And we got 6.5 on the hook and the length. So I'd say that's a very upper mid-level ball with the Pearl cover. Extreme Tracks Pro Reactive. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade the power and set it up. And there you go. We are ready for takeoff. So let's begin. Yeah, we'll try this on Big Ben and see what it does. Not that it's a good idea because it's a Pearl ball on a long pattern. That's never a good idea. But we're going to take some guesses and we're going to go for 25, seeing as it's an upper mid-level ball. Let's see if we can get it out right more. There we go. See what I mean? It skids across this pattern. Not necessarily any like early grab, which makes sense because this is a Pearl ball. See what I mean? Skids across the pattern. Now let's compare it to the Idol Pearl, since we're going for Pearl here. That was 27. Big difference. We have a big difference here. This ball grabs a whole hell of a lot less. Didn't think there could be any more skid than that, but here we are. So let's move 2 back to the right. Still doesn't grab. So that is your difference maker right there. Idol Pearl is definitely a lot weaker. Much, much weaker. If we go to 23 like we did with that Idol Pearl, see what I mean? A little more back end, definitely looks like it grabs a little earlier than that Idol Pearl by comparison. And then of course we have the Idol Pro. We'll get on 27 like we did with the Cosmos. Wow, this thing won't grab either. This is crazy. 27. 24, I think that was. There you go. So that makes a lot of sense. The Idol Pro was a little weaker than a Cosmos, but not as weak as the Pearl. That's crazy. So it's an in-between ball, which makes sense. That's what I see in it in real life, to be honest. So let's try 27 with the Idol, my favorite. Just a bit more compared to this one. So the Idol Cosmos and the Idol are the most aggressive of the lot. All right, so we were on 27 with that Idol. Let's try 28. Hope that one board difference helps. And I did get it to that lighter part of the oil there. See if we can keep it in a little more, and there you go. So that it's a one board difference between the Cosmos and the Idol. That makes sense to me, so let's take this to another pattern. Let's go to Stonehenge. That is my favorite test pattern out of all of this, because there's not an insane amount of misroom compared to patterns like these right here. Where are they? You know, like Stone Street or Main Street. These patterns, in my opinion, the High Street, these patterns are way easier. Those three. Those are like the ultimate like house shot, I would say, because we all know how house shot is. So much room to miss. This one, I would say the window is just a little smaller. It's still easy, but if we were talking about which ones are easier, this one would be the least easiest of those four those other three and this one. So let's see what we got. We'll start with the Cosmos as usual. We'll get on 27 like we did in that other pattern. There it is. You see that? Now it's really grabbing early. Makes sense because this is a lighter volume by comparison. So let's go to 30. Still quite a bit, and then not enough to the left. We'll go to 31. Hopefully that's not too much. And the ball doesn't look like it totally like skids out there. Because you know there's some Pearl balls where once you get them out there to the right, like way out to the right, they don't come back. This one looked like it wanted to. See what I mean? It looks like it like, if you mess up and go too far right, it's like, oh, hang on a second, let me get back. And it comes back. Not bad. I like it. Yeah, this is pretty good. I like that even though it's a Pearl ball, it looks like it grabs and it's not like insanely lengthy. This is definitely a good upper mid-level ball with a Pearl cover on it. See? Not bad. All right, now we were on 31 with the Cosmos. Let's take up the Idol Pearl and see what it does by comparison. And wow, you see the big difference there? The Cosmos and the Pearl. The Pearl is definitely weaker. It is definitely being proven on this pattern. We're gonna make a big move to the right. Go to 25. See that? Big difference. So we were on 25 with the Pearl, 31 with the Cosmos. So that's how much more responsive the Cosmos is. Imagine what the Helios would do if it was in this game. Maybe they might release it. You never know. If they were willing to go back as far as the Cosmos, then they got to go with the Helios because it was a great ball according to public opinion. I mean, it sold really well, and the amount of honor scores that went up on social media as a result of this ball were insane. So many 700 series, so many 800 series, so many 300s. The fact that there were actually 2 league-sanctioned 900s bowled with this ball is crazy. No other ball did that, not even the Cosmos. That's just insane. And the crazy part is those 2 league-sanctioned 900s were both done within the same year. All because of that Idol Helios. So this is pretty crazy. Let's go with the Idol Pro. Hit up 25. That was left of target. All right, You see that? That proves that the Idol Pro is an in-between kind of ball. Not nearly as aggressive as the Cosmos, but not as weak as the Idol Pearl. The Idol Pearl is super lengthy, hardly any backhand. The Idol Pro, clearly you could see grabs a little earlier, but nice, slow, smooth backhand. We'll take it to 27. You know what I mean? Nice and easy, but you see the continuation though. That's really nice. That's what makes it also different from the regular pink Idol. We'll hit up 29 and see what happens. There you go. There it is. So 31 with the Cosmos, 25 with the Pearl, 29 with the Pro, and well, it definitely wasn't 31 with the Idol. $33 with the Idol. So big difference. There you go. This is really nice. This is actually a good arsenal. If you need something with length and hardly any back end, you could go for the Idol Pearl. As you can see, the weakest of the lot, which is crazy. I thought it'd be maybe like second in length and back end, but it's the weakest. And then you need a little more juice, you can go to the Idol Pro, which takes you from 25 to 29. Very nice. And then you could go, if you need just a bit more, you could go to the Cosmos. Incredible. And then if you really want to go hard and you need something very early and a lot of back end, you could go to the pink Idol. So each one is different. Each one has different length. Each one has different back end. Each one has a certain, level of continuation to it. So this is a great arsenal. I mean, two solid, 2 Pearl, unfortunately no hybrid. And I know that the Idol Synergy was probably like the only hybrid I'd ever seen out of the Idol series, not including any of the overseas stuff. But the Idol Synergy was a piece of garbage from what I've seen. I mean, I tried to use it in real life. I couldn't get it to work. That thing sucked. So it makes sense why it's not in the game, and it's probably never going to be in the game. So that's what that looks like on Stonehenge. I guess we won't go on any of these. Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it. God, you guys are killing me here. All right. I don't. Oh man, I don't even know what to do. This pattern is straight up flat. I'm just gonna guess it. I think I kind of got an idea now. Well, hallelujah! I struck. Wow. I don't like it. I don't like this pattern, man. This pattern really sucks, and I can't even be asked to try any of the other bowling balls on this pattern. No way. No, sir. I will not. I refuse. Let's go to Boardwalk and see what happens now. So we'll pick up this, knowing that this ball likes to grab pretty early, has quite a bit of back end. We'll go to maybe 25. Almost made it there, but it wasn't enough. 26. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. All right, so it's 26 with this ball. But yeah, overall, that's the reaction that we're getting from this Cosmos. It's definitely looks like it wants to have some early grab to it for a Pro, which is crazy. And the back end is pretty good, so definitely on the upper mid-level mark. But if we're just talking about that upper mid zone, I'd say that Idol Pro, Idol Cosmos, like just upper mid, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, in that upper mid zone only, I'd say we're leaning towards, I want to say 7.5 out of 10 in just that upper mid zone alone, if you know what I mean. So that's where I'd put this ball. But I'm really liking it. I can definitely see everything. It's not a difficult ball to use. I like that I can repeat with it. If I can repeat with it, if I can see what the, if my eyes like that reaction, I guess, That's how I roll. Like what my eyes like and what they don't like. But if my eyes like they're seeing, if I can repeat, then I like it. It wouldn't hurt if the ball had a little bit of room to, it would help you get that little bit of room to miss as well. That's kind of why the zero gravity would probably be my favorite ball in this game, because that is such a cheater ball in this game. This ball, on the other hand, does not necessarily help you, if you know what I mean, if you mess up. See that? No holds. So, yeah, this ball doesn't necessarily help you. Funny, I say that and then I get back-to-back Brooklyns. All right, this idle pearl is definitely difficult to use because of how lengthy it is. I don't like bowling balls that are extremely lengthy and do not want to grab at any point. They just want to skid all the way down. But yeah, that's what this ball does. So huge, huge difference. Idle pro. Wow, even on this pattern, it looks so nice and easy when it turns the corner. Very interesting. See what I mean? Nice and easy, but the continuation after it's turned the corner and just goes straight for the pins. Really strong. Something that I don't really see out of this pink idol. Alright, that was light, so I assume maybe 29 would be the magic board. Oh, and it's already adjusted for me. Yeah, that's better. So there you go. More proof that this is an arsenal right here for you. You got your two solids that have you standing on completely different boards. You have your two pearls that have you standing on completely different boards. One is very lengthy, one is very lengthy with hardly any back end, and then the other is a lot more responsive, grabs a lot more and has a little bit more back end to it. So that is really great. A great 5-ball, well, if you're including your spare ball, a really great 5-ball arsenal. And then maybe if you throw your urethane in there as well, you know. I feel like an arsenal always should have urethane in there. Even Belmo said it himself, you know. Always got to have urethane with you. That is definitely a ball that always needs to be in the arsenal. All right, let's take it to the crazy pattern and go to Easy Street. All right, after having learned my lesson the last couple times, I'm just going to go completely crazy and not even try to go board by board or anything, or every 2 boards. I'm going to go all the way to 40 automatically and see what happens. And we found it already. Let's go. Oh yeah, we found it already. That saved us a lot of time. Gives you a little bit of room to miss. I nailed that dry part a little too early, and it still was like, hang on, I got you, I'll hold a little. So that's nice. Let's get this idle pearl in here. I'm going to take another guess and go to 35. Found it already. This is great. All right. 5-board difference. Do that again, see if I can do it. Bit of hold. Not that one was definitely my fault, and I didn't deserve that strike. Yeah, see, a little bit of hold there. Nice. Okay, let's get the idle pro in here. I'm gonna say 38, seeing as it's the in-between ball. Not completely convinced. I saw that 7 there, so I'll go to 36. Nailed the dry part too early there. Gotta keep it in. That again was bad, and I got lucky again. That's better. There she is. Okay, see, in between. In between. Now the idle, I know what's gonna happen here. We're gonna have to move probably like 42 or something, because this is the most responsive of all of them, the most early and with the most back end. So that's 40, 41. I'd say that's about 42 right there. I guess it is 42, but I don't know about that hit. You know? The ball didn't necessarily continue once it hit the pocket. Let me see if I move it over to, I want to say, let's see, 40. I'm going to say that's 41 right there. Much better. So I'm going to say 41 compared to the Idol Cosmos being 40. So there you go. All right, that was on Sphinx. You probably already knew that. You could, if any of you play the game this much, you could probably recognize patterns just by looking at them. God, this ball is so good. It's really nice. I like it. Got some room to miss on here. Not too much, though. Yeah, see, it doesn't skid out there if you miss left. There's that very lengthy look to it with not a lot of back end. See what I'm talking about? Nothing to it on this Idol Pro. I was disappointed at this one when it came out because I don't know. In real life, that is not what I saw out of the Idol Pro. I saw something completely different. I saw a whole heck of a lot more zip to it. This one, it hardly has it. I don't know what happened. And there you go. Okay, one board over. Yep, this is accurate. I like it. So there you go. That's the Idol Cosmos compared with all the other stuff, the Pro, the Pearl, and the OG Pink Idol. And very interesting. I was expecting to be kind of disappointed a little because, again, I didn't like the Idol Cosmos in real life, but I didn't totally hate it. It just wasn't enough. It didn't do enough for it to be worthy of staying in my arsenal for good. So yeah, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. And I definitely like it in this game. It's very easy to understand the reaction. It's easy, because of that, it's easy for me to repeat the shots and get some strikes together. And yeah, it's really, really good. And I like that it's nothing similar to anything else, because I swear to God, that's been kind of like a reoccurring theme here, where I would, you know, this one new ball that I would try, and then I would notice that it would be kind of similar to something that's already in the game. Not with this one. It's kind of different, so I like that. It's nothing too aggressive. It's nothing too weak. So it's definitely a very good upper mid-level ball. So if you haven't tried it, well, or if you haven't gotten it in the bowling clash yet, and you already lost your already used up your 3 chances, well, the ball should be available in a pack, you know, kind of like these things, you know. I've been hearing from you guys that a lot of you are not even getting these promotional packs, which is really strange. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you should probably get in contact with the guys at I don't even know where to contact them. I know that they usually, like, whenever there's some kind of update or whatever, they're usually on Facebook, and that's usually where they are the most. So maybe try to contact them through there, because I got one comment from somebody that their game wasn't really working properly, and that they tried emailing them and got nothing back. So yeah, the only response I could really give was try Facebook, because I know, like, the first thing that they did when they said they were making their return and that they were going to be, like, with a new build and with new bowling balls being added to the game, the first thing that they did was go on Facebook and announce it. So that's your best chance. So that's all I can really say on that. I'm sorry. Like, I wish I was still, you know, working with these people like I was during COVID, when they contacted me about these ball reviews and how they were really loving them and they would be willing to help me out and stuff with this. So yeah, unfortunately I don't now. I'm doing this as just like a regular player of the game, much like you guys. So yeah, I don't know any news of anything. I'm not up, you know, I'm finding this stuff out as we go along, just like you guys. So anyway, that's the Idol Cosmos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we wait now another 50 hours and 53 minutes from now to see what the next release is going to be. So see you next Friday, guys. Peace.